What does your neighborhood look like? Where you live makes a difference in your life, the health of your family, the schools your kids go to, your job opportunities, even whether or not you can feed your family fresh fruits and vegetables. For almost 40 years, with your support, HOME has been there for thousands of families, helping them improve their lives by improving their housing.
HOME covers the full spectrum of education, educating the individual on wise and sound financial decisions, educating the general public on what is fair housing, and educating decision makers on fair and equitable practices in housing for Virginia.
HOME has had to stand by growing numbers of families facing foreclosure and has helped 1,600 families avoid foreclosure just in the last 4 years alone.
The company that I used to work for, they merged with another company and they had to close 8 plants. Unfortunately, one of our plants was one of the ones that they closed. My wife, she came home after work one day and she said that she had some phone numbers for me to call, you know, because we got to do something. And one of them was HOME, Housing Opportunities Made Equal. I was down to 2 days on my foreclosure. I came to Felicia and she was able to give me a modification. She was able to pull me out.
For many people, owning their own home has been a lifelong dream. Housing Opportunities Made Equal helps make that dream a reality for people of all ages.
Housing Opportunities Made Equal provides an excellent education for first-time home buyers. The applicants that I have worked with that have been prepared through Housing Opportunities Made Equal have had a full awareness of the mortgage loan process, and they are comfortable with the process. And for that reason, I just feel that the work that is done by the housing counselors here just cannot be matched.
My wife and I decided to go do one of their classes to pursue getting a house, and the classes were amazing. We didn't really know what we were getting into, and so as we began to learn from the counselors about what it all takes to get into a house and what it takes to buy a house.
Everyone needs to learn how to finance the house and make sure it is truly affordable for them.
What HOME did for me was make me realize that there were things that I needed to do to clean my credit up, manage my money, and just make everything, put everything in order so I could become a homeowner. And you know, I just told my kids, this is it. This is our ticket out of here. We're gonna buy us a house, better neighborhood, and everything's gonna be good. So it just was well worth the process, because in March 2009 I became a first-time homeowner.
HOME has provided fair housing services across Virginia since 1971. Housing discrimination is damaging to the victims as well as to the overall health of Virginia's communities. Unfortunately, housing discrimination still affects many Virginians. Some cases are subtle and go unnoticed. Others are so blatant it is hard to believe that they're happening today.
You have to have evidence that there's been discrimination there. To gather that evidence together takes people, it takes time, it takes money. Each time, for example, a trial is had in one of these cases, there's often publicity and people read about them and say, well, I didn't realize that still went on. And some people, believe it or not, actually say, I really didn't realize that was illegal. And every time that happens, there's an educational process that takes place in the community. So that's a perfect example of how there's a tie between the resources that you give to an organization like HOME and the positive effect it has on our community.
Helping people one by one is a crucial part of HOME's mission. But creating a just society also means making policy changes that affect the lives of not just one, but all people.
HOME helps to advocate on behalf of thousands of Virginians who are seeking affordable housing or have problems related to home ownership, whether it's discrimination or unfair lending practices. And HOME really helps to give those people a voice in the halls of the General Assembly and beyond.
HOME recognized that many people, like Sandra, were losing their homes because of poor treatment by mortgage brokers.
She's now at risk of losing her home. And I don't want to lose my home. I have 2 kids that I have worked hard for. I have used my savings from are my kids. And the CDs that I have saved since they were little for them to go to college. I don't want to lose my home, and I don't want this to happen to other people.
With the support of committed advocates like you, HOME helped pass the Trust in Lending Act, which now protects all Virginians just like Sandra.
By helping to organize all those voices into one loud, coherent message, HOME is really helping to make their voices heard.
HOME is grateful to have believers like you standing next to us as we work on our mission of ensuring equal access to housing for all people. Furthermore, HOME is dedicated to achieving housing equality through our 7 stepping stones. Eliminate racial and ethnic disparities in home ownership. Eliminate housing discrimination and unfair practices. Decrease concentrations of poverty. Lower the rate of mortgage default. Desegregate housing patterns. Help more people become homeowners. Increase the availability of affordable housing. Thank you for your generous support. As a Friends of Home Society member, an annual fund donor, a community partner, an advocate, we have accomplished much together, but there is still much more to do.
I came to HOME because I was discriminated against when I went to purchase a home. And from there, I became a faithful donor.
I am a Friends of Home donor because I believe in the mission, I believe in the organization, I believe in the leadership, the philosophy, and fully support the good that the organization does with helping everyone to not only get into a home, but to stay in that home and to raise their family there.
Together we will move forward as HOME continues to meet our commitments to the people of our community.
Thank you for advocating on behalf of thousands of Virginians to help me shape housing policy in the Commonwealth.
Thank you for giving access to victims of housing discrimination to our judicial system so that changes really can be made in our community.
Thank you for making Virginia a better place to call home.
Thank you for making Virginia a better place to live.
Thank you for your support through the home buying process.
Thank you so much for making it financially possible for us to get into our new home.
Thank you for helping me to get my finances in order to become a first-time home buyer.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, HOME, for standing by me every step of the way, enabling me to keep my home.
Thank you for standing by me when I needed you the most.